Hey, what up you guys? So this is my Hey Mitch review of The Handmaid's Tale Season 3, Episodes 5 through 8. Let's get into it. Yeah, her fault.
Just one visit to say goodbye.
If I do this, what do I get?
What do you want?
Hello. Who is this?
My husband.
Do you think he's in danger?
We're all in danger.
How many more of these videos is he gonna do?
Hear our prayer.
As many as it takes. Seeing her changed everything for me.
I am the child's mother, and I want Nicole to stay in Canada.
Lord above, hear our prayer.
Exhale. Tell your friends to cool it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And whose fault is it that the Martha died?
Her fault. Her fault. Sinner. Sinner.
Don't be a crybaby.
Okay, so I'm back at this review for The Handmaid's Tale Season 3. I said before I was trying to do it each week. Obviously, I did not make that happen. It's just, again, with my work schedule, and I can only pretty much do videos on the weekends, and me wanting to do other videos, it's just kind of hard to schedule and film and do all this stuff and do it on a weekly basis, especially with a TV show, you know? So I prefer to do things like the whole season type thing, but at least I'm gonna do the whole season, but at least some batches of episodes. So the first one was 1 through 4. I did this one through 5 through 8. So every 4 episodes, and I think this season was going to go to season 13. So episode 13. So maybe the last one is just from 9 to 13. But we'll see. We'll figure it out. So I'll talk about each episode, kind of the highlights of what I felt in each episode, and how it formulate my thoughts about the show and how the season is going and everything. But real quick, off the top of my head, looking back at these past episodes 5 through 8, episodes 5 and 6, I love. Episode 7, I thought it was boring but important, and episode 8 was it was okay. I mean, we got to see. I'll break it down. We saw Lydia's background. I think that was insightful, but I'll talk about episode 8 later. Okay, so yeah. So where we left off is, we had the dedication of Nick and June's kid, Nicole. And it's kind of cool. She got like a Catholic baptism, and as a fellow Catholic, that's awesome. And we got to see Gilead's dedication and how they do their things. And so I kind of like how the juxtaposition in the show, like what Gilead is and what the rest of the world, in this case Canada, is. And I love how that symmetry is, right? Going into episode 5, we see that, they're reaching out to Luke up in Canada. Again, I love this episode. I think it was a very powerful episode, just on even an acting level. I think, I forgot the real actress, Elizabeth Moss. Elizabeth Moss does a great job as June, doing the whole recording, and does a great job of, even as a character, you have to say your lines and not get overcome with emotion, and in this situation anyone should be overcome with emotion, talking to someone you haven't talked to forever, only to give like a message. And I think that's crazy, right? The whole mixtape thing, totally awesome. I love that idea, not just so that you can have music, that there's episodes in the music to like bring light or modernness, I guess, into what in the Gilead world, but it is cool. Like, we're doing kind of like a spy type thing where we're sending messages across borders, essentially. So I thought that was very cool how that was done in this episode. Going into episode 6, I love episode 6. It's my favorite episode so far, just because I'm a big fan of the Hunger Games, and I'll probably I should have done like another video of my love for the Hunger Games, but this episode going into the capital is essentially the capital in Panem, right? You have a scene where there's a statue behind June, and she has wings, much like a Mockingjay. Again, I don't think that's intentional of the screenwriters to do that, but to me, as someone who's a fan of the Hunger Games, I see that symbolism, right? And it's cool that I got to see that, right? What another also into the capital and what mirrors Panem for me is that the handmaids are taken to another level, right? They are shut closed, right? Their mouths are shut closed. And that just is another, for me, that's like a symbol or a metaphor or analogy of the Avox in Panem. You know, there's they're rebels who were, their tongues got cut up, right? And so this is a similar way, right? And the Avox were red, and then so handmaids. So, and then of course seeing the capital and everything, that's really powerful and great. So the scene here where June and Serena are talking at the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, like, was so great. I love that I love their anger, and it's funny because out of earshot, like, everyone's outside, but it's funny that everyone should be hearing what their whole conversation and yelling, but you know, TV that doesn't happen. But it's funny, so yeah. Also, you see the transformation of Serena, right? We thought in episode 4, when, you know, moving the point and everything, right? We thought that Serena was gonna help bring this country she helped build down, right? But she didn't. She did it again. Like, the tug and pull happened again. She falters again. She was trying to do the right thing and she falters again. And it's like super crazy. I'm like, oh my goodness, like, we were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
Loves me. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? Learn something from this.
And it's so crazy that I thought she was gonna change. You know, I thought she was gonna be the mole inside taking down Gilead, and it doesn't happen, which is fine. I'm sure The Handmaid's Tale needs 5 more seasons or something, maybe 2 or 3, but. Like, we thought that she was going to be a major factor into the rebellion and taking it down. I guess it's not happening. She is going to be for the country, that she's going to stand by the decision she made to make the country, right? And so, maybe down the line, but we'll see. But that interaction between June and Serena was excellent, right? So going into episode 7, like I said in my beginning opening statement stuff, I thought it was boring but important. The whole execution stuff was insightful. I mean, it's good that we know, like, there's executions each week just to show the state of Gilead, and which is crazy again. They are just killing people left and right, and so surprised. Again, it's important because it leads into the next episode, episode 8, because I forgot the Martha that was helping out, right? And so that's the whole premise. That was the whole kind of like point of the episode. Again, just moving the story along. So yeah, I mean, yeah. Let's go into episode 8. I like this episode, but I think it could have done better. So the whole Aunt Lydia's background was great. I actually heard about this through an interview with her with the actress, I forgot, Ann Dow, right? And so she did an interview with Jessica McCarthy, whatever. But so I heard that she was going to have backstory, but I don't know. I was a little disappointed with her backstory. I don't think it was enough for me to see her twisting. I mean, I guess it's a beginning, but it's just like, she had a bad relationship, she felt rejected, and so she turns. Like, there wasn't enough for me to feel her radicalism into what she wants to do. And like, I guess she wants to take care of the kid. I think if the mom abused the kid, that could have helped me more justify, like, Aunt Lydia, like, I need to protect these children, I need to protect this woman. Or if she didn't abuse a child, maybe the boyfriend that she had, whatever. And so I think there needed to be something something traumatic for me to believe, okay, this is her beginning. And maybe she does later on, and they'll do more flashbacks. But this episode wasn't enough for me to be like, Aunt Lydia, like, okay, I understand her. The whole of Matthew episode was kind of funny, not in a great way, of course, but her like mental breakdown, it's just kind of like crazy. But it shows two things I got from that. One, it shows June's influence among her friends, right? And so it shows her a little her power with everything. And then it bothers me so much that June is doing this. I get her reasons for it, but I want her to be less about revenge and more about the rebellion, right? And I suppose you can make the argument she wants to get Matthew out of the picture because she's troublemaker and all that stuff, and she's not down with the rest of the handmaids. Cool, I get that. But you can see it in her face that she is so manipulative. She's changing, right? And maybe not into a better person, and Gilead is changing her, right? And so, and she even mentioned this in the behind the scenes type thing, but it just, it sucks. Like, I want her to remain who she is, but not do, this is all about revenge, right? And it sucks. And I want her to be more tactful as far as everything. But I guess you can also make the argument like, hey, she's just a person, she's not a strategist, she's not like a military person that like thinks about all the intricacies and everything. But yeah, I think that was a great episode, and yeah. So overall, again, I love episode 6. Episode 5 was cool. Episode 7 was not the best, but it was set up for episode 8, and 8 was fine. But I want more about taking down Gilead and seeing more about building the rebellion than some like taking down some of the people that you don't like. So yeah, again, overall, I like where the season is going. I know that you need kind of like filler episodes, but I think The Handmaid's Tale is doing a great job, especially like in this scene and all that stuff. The visualization, again, it's great. Like I said in my first review that I'll link below, but the imagery, the colors, all great, right? And again, like I said, when it comes to Gilead, there's a juxtaposition. So in a world that is deprived of freedom and creativity and artistry and individuality, it's still visually appealing and ironically beautiful. And so these images is, I don't know, it's crazy. Okay, so rant more. I'll talk about a more overall sense of The Handmaid's Tale and how I feel about it and everything, and how it fits into the modern political realm of what's going on in 2019. So yeah, so wrapping it up, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Help me build my channel, help me build up what I do here, talking about entertainment, culture, and purpose. And yeah, follow me on my Instagram at HeyMitchMitch. You can follow my other Instagram at It's Mandatory Fun, where I do other stuff with my friend Jen. We also have a YouTube. You can follow that also in the description. And yeah, totally help me build my channel. I have other reviews that you can go check out. Also check out my episode 1 through 4 of season 3 of Handmaid's Tale. I'll link that in the boxes somewhere here. And yeah, alright, cool. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. See you in the next video. Cool. Praise be.